This is Granddad here. In this video I'm going to show you how to sharpen a mower using the back lapping method. So traditional mower with the cylinder blades, it's a cassette type system, so that comes out pretty easy. We take it over to the bench. Looks pretty mucky because that's some of the winter cuttings there. So first of all we've got to get the blades out of that assembly, and before that we've just got to take the loose grass off that's been on there since last summer. So just scraping away, now taking off the back plate that throws the grass into the hopper on the front. That comes off pretty easily. So here we go, that's the back plate again. There's a lot of grass there that needs scraping off, all the old muck. So give that a bit of a scrape. And then you can see the blades are turning freely. I have just oiled the bearings with some engine oil, but they seem pretty good. There's no loose play there. And so now we're going to put the bottom blade back. Before I do that, I'm just putting some 3-in-1 oil into the threaded holes just so it's easy to remove next time. So I do this once a year before the growing season. So that's the bottom blade going back in. And now taking it out of the vise, turning it round, and I'm using strips of newspaper to just adjust the blade so the blades are just touching the bottom blade. You don't want it tight on there, so you won't be able to turn it when you do the grinding, but you just need them just touching. Now that's grinding paste. There's a coarse end to the can, that's the coarse one, and that's the fine end. So you start with the coarse paste and put it onto the blades just with your fingers. Obviously I'm wearing gloves because it's quite a mucky operation, so just smoothing it onto the blade. And there's 5 blades to do, so it takes a little while. And now I'm going to turn it in reverse. It must be in reverse, not forwards, so I'll ruin the blade. And grinding paste grinds the blades, the bottom blade and the shaking blade, takes away the metal and sharpens them. Now this is the finished result. As you can see, quite nice and clean. The blades all look pretty good. There's no dents or damaged blades, which can be called stones in the grass, but that's pretty good. So nothing to straighten out there, and it's turning freely. So the next job is to reassemble, but first of all I'm just going to grind or file the bottom blade just to give it a nice edge, filing it at just a slight angle, so 1 or 2 degrees. Use a coarse file to start with and then a fine file to finish off. And there's the bottom blade. It's looking pretty good, nice and clean, nice and sharp. So I'll now fit that back. There it is, it's in its place now, and I've readjusted the blades again using the newspaper method. It turns fairly freely, just touching the bottom blade. I've now reassembled it into the mower, turning it with my foot there just to make sure all works. So now the test, mowing the front lawn, second time this year, so I mowed it about 3 weeks ago, and it's been growing quite a bit since, with all the rain and the warmer days. So that's about it really. It took about 2 hours to sharpen the blade and all that, but results are very satisfactory. And here's the finished job. That's the lawn with the golf flag in place around it, so I can try out my putting now. is much needed, of course. And the back lawn has been done as well, so that's looking pretty good. So I'll say cheerio